The commandment begins with love yourself. And only then can you love your brothers, sisters, and neighbors. For if you don't love yourself, you can't love others. For you know not love to share, to spread, and to give. You are who and what you are. Accept yourself as you are. Refusing to accept yourself is the leading cause of depression and suicide, self-harm. The Creator gave you great gifts from birth. Some you will aspire to use the gifts you were given, some not. Some you will use the gifts for years and years, finding them early in your life, training for them, growing into them, while other gifts you won't even discover in yourself until much later in your life, finding them only after age 40 or even 50. That this new skill or gift is giving you a new view of life, never before available to you, never before grasped, considered, or even conceived. When one denies one's self-acceptance, you are repeatedly and forever playing those tapes in your head that you heard from other people. But now, instead of hearing your mother's voice saying those degrading, horrible things, now it's your own voice with those very self-destructive messages of self-hate. Similarly, there are other voices of the past with other tapes, with other horrific messages that you've taken over. These are equally destructive of yourself, of your will to live, of your interest in finding companionship, and in your interest in ever seeing tomorrow. You must accept yourself exactly as you are, for that is how God made you. You are so beautiful. Today, tomorrow, every day. Because the Creator God makes no mistakes. And as He made you, He sees you as beautiful and perfect. For you are made exactly as He intended you to be. Every moment of the day. Except, of course, when it's not appropriate for decorum, or when it might embarrass you. God looks at you, and He sees the beauty. And He's filled with joy and love for and of you. For how can He create the beauty that is you, and not be filled with love and joy for the creation that is you, and for what you've made of you? You may ask Him yourself, am I beautiful? And you'll feel His answer fill and surround you like the best comforter ever made, wrapping itself around you warm and snuggly, like it's straight from a magical dryer, so that the warmth doesn't fade until you don't want it anymore. So safe and comforting. And you'll feel inside like you've drank the best mug of hot chocolate ever made on earth. It's gluten-free, it has no calories, and it affects no dietary issues that you could worry about. Now that is a cup of hot chocolate I want. That hot chocolate was to your insides what the comforter was to your outsides. Warmth, love, safety, comfort, peace. The person creation providing these feelings loves you deeply and wishes the best for you, wants to always protect you from danger, harm, and from any hurt it's possible to protect you from. Guess that answers your question. You are perfect and beautiful, just the way you are. Exactly as God intended. If you believe you have some parts that need some pieces of work, seek out help in your community, regardless of where you are in the world. There is free help through your Catholic, Lutheran, or Protestant church. There will be free counseling available to you at any Christian church. If the pastor isn't available, they will refer you to an appropriate counselor. This will not be someone who says to you, if you are gay, that you need to change. If that's what happens, leave immediately, for they are violating God's rule. But they will help you. Alcohol, drugs, addiction, that's one area. Fighting with your children and your spouse, family therapy, and therapy for each one of you individually. With family therapy, each of you will get therapy in who you identify as the patient. 84% of the time is not the problem. I am a licensed family and marriage therapist, LMFT. I always flip those around. Licensed marriage and family therapist, sorry. And when I work with a family, they come in saying, Junior is the problem. Junior is rarely the problem, but Junior is acting out the problem of the entire family. He is the release valve of this pressure cooker. There is always a release valve within a family. And that person will do things that you think, how can he do that? He sacrifices himself, sacrifices his opportunity of life, his future, for the good of the family. And imagine you have given birth to this child. Imagine you have thought all along that this child has such great potential. For his entire life, he's been straight A's. And now, just before graduating from high school or going on to university, he's just finished his A-levels. He suddenly just explodes. Drugs, alcohol, getting arrested, everything like that. Rather than querying him or her, because there will be girls too, look to your marriage. What is falling apart in your marriage. For that is why they are acting out. They're the pressure release valve for all of the arguments that you and your spouse are having behind closed doors. The doors might be closed, but they're paper thin. Your children know about your divorce before you do. So remember, in every household with children, they are a part of every relationship. And they act out of every relationship with problems. You and your partner are not the only ones in that relationship. Your pets even act out your relationship. Yes, Fido and Fifi even act out when you two aren't getting along. Because Fido has one of you as his parent, and Fifi the cat has another one as her parent. Everyone responds within the relationship, and the family is a unit. That unit cannot have a problem without everyone in the unit feeling it, acting out because of it, suffering because of it. And God keeps sending you help. God keeps sending you people. And you keep lying. Oh no, we're just fine. Oh no, there's no domestic violence here. She just keeps walking into doors. Oh no, she fell down in the storm last night. That's how she has a complex fracture of her tib fib, the two big bones in your shin. That also happens when you swing a hockey stick at them. But I won't start with domestic abuse now. Hear your voices of love. Read or listen to that second reading over and over and over and over again. Hear the voice of God. Love is patient, love is kind, love is never jealous. Love endures all things, sees all things, but love never ends. Love endures all things, and love never ends.